that rush energy is still there, right? I'm like just taking my time out here, right? Just taking my time. Just taking my time, right? Doing what I need to do. No rush, baby, no rush. But something keeps making me feel like I need to rush. The rush, right? Trying to get a rush. Trying to get a kick out of something. I don't know, we're just trying to get a kick out. Trying to get a kick in the teeth, right? I don't know. Hello, my beautifuls. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys that are returning, if you're new here, my name's Kerry. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way in. Share. Yeah, share. Fuck yeah, share. Fuck yeah. Of course we want to share. We want to share all the good stuff, right? Share out the stream. Also subscribe to the channel. Next what, Spirit? What are we doing now? They're like, nothing, baby. Just take your time. All right, we're just taking our time out here, collective. We are taking our time out here. Let me get into my chat screen over here. And like, it's just this like, oh, like what? We're good. What is that energy? Whose energy is that? Somebody's rushing, collective, right? There's somebody that's rushing. Somebody could make you feel, or make you feel. No one can make you feel anything. Someone... Can't blame your feelings on everybody else. There could be an energy, though, that's trying to project the energy of making you want to rush 1, 2, 3 to take some sort of action. Collective, somebody could be rushing in towards you. Somebody could also be rushing to get something done. Okay, so again, this could be your feelings, could be the feelings of somebody in your energy, right? But you could be feeling, again, like this need to pick up the pace. Now, if we pick up the pace too quickly and we don't pay attention to the finer details, right? You could miss something. So somebody maybe hasn't paid attention to the finer details, right? Sorry, Spirit's just like, now I can put my title in, okay? We'll work out who this read's going to be for shortly, but let's just give it a title before we get into the read. Now that we know what we're talking about, so rushing to get it done, right? Rush to get it done, rushing to get it done. Get it done, get it done. There's something here, again, the energy that wants me to rush, right? Rushing shit, baby. We're going to take our time, nice and slow, right? Nice and slow. But again, this could be the energy of what somebody else is sitting in, right? Somebody needing to, or feeling like they need to rush to get something done. What is this that they need to get done? What do we need to get done? Who's rushing? Why? What is this? Who, what, when, where, why, right? We're going to ask all the questions here. We're going to ask all the questions here. I'm over here. I'm sitting here. My right hand's sitting on the channeled messages. Okay, that's action side, right? So, but I'm just sitting back, right, and I'm just, all right. So I don't know. There's something here about again that whole. Ooh, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get this message out. Just bear with me, guys. Right? Just channeling into the energy and feeling into the energy. Right. So I'm just gonna calm down, right? Calm down, like calm down. We're no rushing, right? Everyone needs to just calm your farm, right? Hello, my beautiful people. Thank you guys so much for joining my impromptu live. I'm just going to give ourselves a little bit of a ground and protect here. And we're going to go balance and connect. Ground and content, I was about to say. Content, right? So you could be feeling quite content with where you're at the moment, collective, right? Again, you know, tracking quite well, right? You feel content. I feel like there's the energy of contentment within collective energy. Okay, so I'm very much picking up more so this is an energy around you guys that wants to rush in for some sort of reason. Okay, what have we got going on here? Let's roll the dice. Laughlin, Mystical, Jamie, Sour Milk, James. Calm down. We're calming down, aren't we? DR, darling. My OGs, my homies, Amber. Capricorn in the third. Okay, so this could be something to do with, again, communication around the workplace, communication in and around the workplace here going on, right? Rushing, okay. Got Libra and 7, right? So Libra and 7, 7th house, Libra energy, right? Partnerships. So this could be something to do with somebody, you know, wanting to, I don't know, man, collective. Is somebody going to rock up? Somebody feel like they need to rock up at your workplace, right? Somebody could be rocking up at your workplace here. We've got number 8 and Cancer as well, Cancer energy. So somebody could be on the cusp of Cancer Leo. This could also be about tied into the past, right? Home, family, right? So with Cancer energy, number 4, fourth house, right? Being home, past, family, that sort of thing. There could be something to do with abundance. Also with number 8, Scorpio energy, Pluto, baby, transformation power, right? So this could be an energy from the past that's wanting to rush in, collective to, I don't know, right? The grass wasn't greener. The grass isn't greener. It could be that energy. We could be picking up on some other stuff as well that comes through in this reading. We've got Scorpio on the 7th as well. Okay, so Scorpio season could have been significant here with some sort of partnerships. Well, go back a minute, Kerry, right? Where did we go? Where did something went wrong here? Something went wrong even when I said it. Something went wrong. Something I said. Something I said. Information I just said I went wrong. Something went wrong. What went wrong here, Spirit? What went wrong? You'll go back, if you go back and rewind the video, you'll notice that I said something wrong, right? But you'd have to know the astrology planets and the energy to understand what I mean by that. But Spirit wanted to highlight that to me. So something here went wrong, okay? We've got we've got a witch coming out. We've got a witch coming out. It's their ex. I want you back. So there's somebody here, collective, that you've potentially cut off, right? Somebody that you've had to chop it up with, all right? You've chopped it up. You could have done some cord cutting rituals with this person. Somebody could want you back now. It could be that this person's ex wants them back. Man, Spirit, is this our business? Is it our business? Apparently. You could be seeing flickering lights. Your candles could be flickering, right? There's something there that's going to alert you to if you should be paying attention to what this is as well. Okay. The third party got caught cheating on your ex, right? Great. It was very interesting, right? Spirit, is this just the energy that we're picking up on here that's relevant, or is there something that you want us to actually see here? Is there something you want us to see here? Okay, I'm going to move on to something else. So, again, energies here that are around you, right? Spirit's like, what's happening here is for a lot of us who are tapping into the energy right now, it's not that these messages are actually important, right? Sometimes these messages have no fucking importance whatsoever. It's just that I'm picking up on somebody's energy, right? And so this is the energy that I've been picking up on, wondering, what is this? What is it? Who cares, right? Who cares? Do we care about the past, collective? Those of us that are moving forward, right? You know what, that we don't generally, sorry, I gotta fix my chat settings. We don't generally focus on past energy here, and trying to be worried about. Calm down. Tell you a little bit about what? Tell about me a little bit, right? Can we first of all? This isn't I'm not reading for you personally. So if you'd like a personal private read, you can check out the description box. The details for that are all in there. I need to take a leaf out of your name, right? And just calm down right now. It's a collective reading. I'm channeling messages here for the collective. All right, where are my numbers gone? Where have my numbers gone? The numbers have gone. Something's not here. What's not here anymore, right? Something that's not here anymore. Something's wrong. What is it, Spirit? Come on. Spirit's like, does it matter? Does it matter, right? Something that is not supposed to matter to you, right? There's an energy here wants you to hold on. Don't give up, okay? Hold on, don't give up. This is why this energy keeps coming through for us, why I keep channeling it, picking it up, right? I'm sorry, whoever you are, whatever energy you are, I'm going to talk to you directly. I'm not holding on. I'm not holding the collective here. I'm not even holding this message here. We're going to take this in a completely different direction because I have free will here, and I've already asked Spirit, is this something we need to be aware of? Now, the only time that you would need to be aware of this energy or these kind of energies coming out in readings is if you for some reason want this person back, right? Or you don't think that you've got the skills, the tools, the boundary line that you need to have to say no, okay? For these people to no, there is no opportunities left, all right? Whatever these energies are can't come with you on the next phase anyway. All right, so if there is any relevance, right? Spirit telling me there's no relevance for me to actually read this energy because it's not this isn't a profound spirit message, right? This is energies that are still trying to just get in and around your space right now, collective. So try not to pay it any attention, okay? Try not to right now until post shadow retrograde is done. Try not to feed your brains too much of that storyline right now, okay, about people rushing in, coming back, returning from the past and things like that. Unless you're worried, and even then, spirit are like, no. If you are worried about that, go get the tools, the help that you need in order to be able to navigate through that, if that comes up in your reality, right? So whatever it is that you need to be able to then hold the boundary line and say no to these past energies, right? Readings aren't going to give you the answers on how you're going to say no, right? If it comes up, it comes up. But even if you're worried about it, watching readings does not give you the answer on how you're going to deal with it. It simply confirms your intuition. How much more do you need to know that you're right about a situation before you actually start to take action into discovering and you know, getting tools, right, that are actually going to help you to have your boundaries, right? That is the main focus here that spirit are like, that's all you need. You need to then focus on that. So if that's a something that you're worried about, 12:11 again, 12:11 coming up. You're like, you're almost there, but you're not, right? You're missing the mark on the whole point. It's not quite, again, I'm going to say it again, it's not quite 12:12. I said this yesterday, day before, right? It's not quite 12:12, it's 12:11. You're almost there, but you're not. So figure out why the energy intrigues you to begin with. Okay, so for those of you that now type onto this message, right, and get to this point, well, then why did you title it like this? Well, it's going to be, again, Spirit want you to draw you in so you can hear this part of the message, not the initial part, okay? Let's start looking at what's going on here for collective. That's going to actually give you guys some help right now, okay? Pluto, Scorpio, number 8, right? Transformation, death and rebirth. That's what's going to help you right now, okay? Looking at how you can personally evolve in your own personal situation. With Capricorn 10 coming out, about being disciplined, right? Capricorn energy is all about discipline, commitment, right? So that's what we're needing to focus on right now. Not these energies, not what's happening, not who might be rushing back in. It's take a long, hard look in the mirror, collective, okay? If you know you're not going back to the past, don't be so worried about it coming towards you. If you are worried about it, you need to ask yourself why. Why are you worried? Are you worried that you are going to lack boundaries? Are you worried that you're not going to get the closure you want? What is it that is bothering you so much about these past energies that you feel like you need to investigate more and more and more, as opposed to start looking at what's going to help you to move out of that energy altogether and to keep looking forward, okay? It's about getting yourself disciplined here. Discipline your mind. Don't let your thoughts, right, get into your heart and then you start taking silly actions or inaction, okay? Not taking action is sometimes often just as bad as taking some sort of actions, right? Depends on what we're talking about here, but time to look in the mirror, okay? Long, hard look about where you're at. Now, to my OGs who, again, know the way that I operate up in here, okay? If you clicked on here, right, you're probably just clicking on because you wanted to support, you wanted to come in and see what's going on here, right? We've got grounded energy coming through, earth energy here. Number 22, somebody could be a life path 22, could be born the 22nd, the 4th, 13th, 31st. You could also have Cancer in your chart here as well. Okay, so I could be talking to a Cancer energy, earth sign energies, right? Needing to get grounded here, okay? Needing to ground out. Also with Scorpio, Pluto there, I'm getting, this could be about a message coming through that you're needing to look at your emotions when it comes to particular situations and energies from the past and how that's currently impacting you, your thoughts, and what it's leading you to, with Mercury here, okay? What is it leading you to when you're trying to, again, get information, knowledge, wisdom, that sort of thing? Like, be intelligent about the way you go about this right now, right? Start asking yourself. There is something here where, again, number 6 is in the reverse here, so that balance, right? There's something that's out of balance here, okay? There's something that's out of balance here. So maybe there could be some emotions here, guys, that the reason why you're still gravitating towards a title maybe or an energy and being inquisitive about a particular energy is because you still haven't balanced out certain emotions within that dynamic in order for you to actually make that move forward. So we've got Aquarius here, Uranus energy. You know, this is about, again, being intelligent, okay? Staying on top of things, okay? Maintain that independence here, right, from this situation. But yeah, you need to get practical and grounded again. Earth energy is coming out again. Pluto straight under that, okay? For those of you that are truly wanting to have that new beginning, right, you're going to need to address why the inquisitive or why you're still so hung up and worried about what these energies are doing, okay? If you really think that you don't want them, but you're still looking at information, right, readings about it, if you can't trust your own intuition and you've been listening to tarot reads or, download, whatever it is for a really long time, I'm going to sit here and say it again. You're going to need to have a stop and think about why you're still doing that. All right, why is it that you're still doing that? Why are you still looking at anything from the past and what it's going to do? What are you worried about? That's what you need to start addressing. For those of you guys where that's resonating, for some of you guys in here, it's not going to resonate. There's a reason why I had to come out and do this though. For some of you guys, it's not going to resonate. For a lot of you guys, it's you come here because you come to support the channel or for the other segments that we do, right? For the live readings and things like that. You don't actually come to still hear about, your Taurus X, your Aries X, your this X, your that X, right? I'm giving the two main examples of the storylines that come up here. You're not actually here for that, and it will come out from time to time. But today, the energy isn't a message. It's not a message from spirit. This is those energies being in some sort of, they need to rush, right? They feel like they need to rush in because the grass wasn't greener on the other side. Again, I know most of you don't care, right? Most of you are just ready to kind of move forward and move on from that. But there are going to be people that click onto this read that need to hear that bit, okay? All right, Spirit said, get rid of that, put that down. Let's get rid of that, okay? Let's get rid of that. We're going to change the whole theme of we're going to change the whole theme of the group right now. We're going to change the whole theme of the stream right now, okay? That's what free will is all about. We get to choose and decide what we're going to engage in, and you've got to start recognizing that truth that you're able to decide here, okay? Nothing that I say, nothing that other readers say is set in fucking concrete, right? When it comes to your decisions, right? You don't have to decide based off of what other people are telling you to do, right? So it's up to you what you want to take on board, what you don't. But I suggest if you really want to get over the past, stop even listening to anything that remotely kind of brings up that energy. I know lately a lot of my messages as well have been for psychics in particular, the psychic community in particular. Okay, we've got the number 6 in Aquarius coming out here. Okay, so yeah, there is definitely some sort of transformation here, some sort of changes that need to be made when it comes to, again, balancing some things out here. Okay, start looking at what needs to be balanced out on the day-to-day aspect, what you guys need to focus on right now, because these reads, or a lot of these reads at the moment for general collective, again, unless you're in the psychic community, I hate to say these energy attacks, these witchcraft shit that's going on, these spell work, all that sort of stuff, it doesn't apply to those of you that are part of the general collective, right? Like, learn to be able to recognize the difference between who you are and what your purpose is, and the messages that are coming out and the messages that are actually being put out for other psychics, right? At the moment, most I'm not going to say tarot readers, right, but most psychic mediums up here at the moment are actually picking up and reading more so each other's energy and what's happening for us, because of what we're here to do, because of who we are, because of our gifts, what we can see, right? So just be mindful, right? Be practical about who you are, what actually applies to you out here in these readings and what doesn't. A lot of this stuff is going to be getting you distracted, you thinking that, oh, somebody's energy. No, it's not. No one's sending you attacks, right? Like, trust me, some of you guys that think that there's more going on have been led to believe there's more going on, and all you're doing is focusing on that, and you're not actually focusing on the steps that you're meant to be taking to move forward here. Okay, so there are some things here on your day-to-day, the way that you're going about things at the moment, the way you're moving through your day-to-day life here that needs to be balanced out. There's changes that need to be made. So look at where you can shift your focus right now, collective. Okay, if you are not a psychic medium out here having some sort of impact on, like, if what you do, right, as a person doesn't directly impact or go against the dark side and their agenda to, have us in a state of fear, have us in a state of control. But you get what I'm saying? Then I hate to say it to you, but you're not a focal target. You're not a focus point. Okay. You're not being targeted because you're not a focal point. There's an agenda that the darkness has. It's to drown out the light, the people that are showing you, how to navigate through. So if you don't sit in a space where you are kind of leading others, guiding others, healing others, right? Just be mindful of what applies to you out here in these readings and what's actually being read for psychic mediums, because I'm reading for, I know the energy when I'm reading it, because I'm telling you, like I've said before on this channel, if you are, and you might be a great events coordinator, right? Let's just say that we want to take a good career. You might be an amazing events coordinator. Do you seriously think that, you are so out there in the public eye, right, that you've got people trying to stop your destiny? What, your destiny to what? Create a party? Like, you get what I'm saying? I have to say it like that because I have to get people to, again, start using their brains of like, what's reasonable here in what you guys are taking on board as information in these reads, and what actually doesn't apply to you and actually applies to people like me, right? Because I know when I listen to another proper psychic medium, I know that the messages are for me or not, right? I know when it's not for the general collective, right? And that people are just going to, oh, and yep, that's happening to me. Sorry, where's your channel? Can you show me where you're out here spiritually guiding? Can you show me where you're that tapped in and having the downloads? Where are the downloads? Because those of us that are getting it are the ones who are sharing it. We're the ones who are leading at the moment, teaching you principles like what I'm trying to teach you guys right in this moment. Be mindful that right now, even that is the darkness that's affecting you guys, in you guys thinking that there's more going on than there actually is, that's distracting you from moving forward, right? It's actually distracting you from achieving and reaching, because you're sitting in a state of fear and panic and worry and, oh my God, is this happening? Is this person doing this? Babies, chill out, okay? Chill out. To my actual psychics, mediums, right? Those of you that are out there getting the message, getting the downloads, connecting, like, in the actual, I get it, right? We know it. We don't need to. We're unstoppable anyway, because we're the ones that are teaching everybody else how to do and be and to keep going forward with, being able to trust yourself in your gifts, right? It takes confidence. It takes healing a lot of wounds, right? You can't just get up there, right? You don't just get up and do it. There's a lot that you have to work through to get to the level where those gifts are that strong, right? So the rest of you, just chill out, okay? Events coordinator Jane, right? You got an awesome fucking job, babes, but stop watching tarot thinking that everybody's attacking you and trying to steal your destiny. No one wants to steal your party ideas, okay? It's all good. And it's not to say you're not important. You have your importance because you create moments of joy for other people. You bring it in a way where it's easy, but you're not me, Jane, okay? You're not me being attacked by people that I don't even know across the other side of the world, right? You're not that, okay? You're not sitting there dealing with the psychic downloads and people doing mirror magic and stuff, Jane. Just go be Jane, right? Go be brilliant at what you're doing, Jane, because people need you in what you're doing. So be mindful, guys. You're not all out here being attacked, right? We got Psychic God 7 that's popped in, right? That's a psychic medium who these messages, these higher level spiritual messages of the psychic attacks, the covens, the witchcraft, the fucking destiny swapping, that applies to him. That applies to people like me. It applies to people like a couple of my moderators that are in here, right? But it doesn't apply to the greater collective. So just chill out for a minute, take a deep breath, okay? Don't be rushing around trying to get info here, info there, right? Just chill out. Start thinking about what is it is making you so panicky, obsessive over these readings, this information, because it's not even applying to you. And the sooner other psychics, mediums, right, can start to recognize that this is not for their average viewer, 1818, I'm on the count over there, when they can start to recognize this isn't for their average viewer and start to really, like, I can't sit here and sugarcoat shit for all of you and be like, oh yeah, you're all that gifted and blah, blah, blah. Because if you were, I'd be following you. you'd be sitting in my position or in position like psychic god sevens, right? You'd be doing the delivery of the messages. Okay. If you had your destiny swapped and blah blah blah, then you need to go about trying to get it back, right? But I don't know anyone where they've actually, I've never met a person that I've seen their destiny snatched away from them. Do you know why? Because they have resilience, they have strength, they've gone through and endured so much in life that you can't take it from us. You can impact, slow it down, fuck us off, right? Like get us in our feels, but truly stop us. You can't stop. You can't stop what you're not able to stop, right? You can't take something that isn't yours. You can try to emulate it. You can try to, but yeah, no one can take what's made for us. Exactly what Gala said, right? No one can take what's made for you, right? So if it's been taken from you, then how are you going to sit here and say like you're meant to be some sort of spiritual leader, right? You're meant to fight the dark forces. If you've allowed that to happen, right? I'm sorry to say, but you're probably not as strong as what you think you are. That you've allowed that, because he's had men, women come up against him all the time. Exactly, the story was already written, right? You can't have that snatched away from you, which is already yours. 144 on my screen. If you know, you know. So that's just again, I don't know what you've been hearing, listening to, reading, right? But if you've had your destiny fucking swapped and snatched from you, then it never was yours to begin with, right? Who's to say that you didn't snatch it from somebody? Who's to say that you're not trying to emulate something that you're not, right? That's something we've got to be aware of, right? And other psychic mediums need to start becoming aware, right? Who you're reading for right now in these stories is not for the general collective, and you need to make them aware of that. If you aren't able to make them aware of the fact that some of the bits of the messages will apply to them, but the real hectic, outlandish stuff is outlandish to the general collective, because it's got nothing to do with you guys. It's got everything to do with psychics and mediums, right? That's what we're going through. And that's what we're pushing through strength, time in, time out, day in, day out, to still sit here and be here to teach you guys just how to be resilient and to move forward in towards your goals, your dreams, what it is that you're wanting to build and achieve, right? The rest of you guys, seriously, take a step back, take a deep fucking breath, right? Let it go. It's not your story. It's not your story to carry, to worry about, to panic about. You don't need to be doing anything, rushing, right? All you guys need to do is believe in yourselves, right? Systematically, practicality, right? Work toward your goals and dreams, okay? That's all. That is it. But to those of you that are actual psychics, mediums, right, out here doing what we do, right? We need to be making the collective aware that some of these messages aren't for them. It's actually for us. We're actually reading a lot of each other's shit that's going on right now, because we're all seeing the same energies popping up for all of us. We've all got, and whether it's different group dynamics or different people, there's a common thread here that we need to see the pattern. But the general collective needs to be made aware that it's not theirs, because they could be the ones that are panicking, rushing, feeling like they need to get things done. And that could be our fault for not recognizing it and not saying it enough to them that it's not that you're not special. You are special in your own way, right? But we can't all be like people like me, people like Psychic God. Like, we can't all be that. We're not all meant to be that. Some of us, this is our path, and it took us a long time and a lot of work in having to believe, like, just to believe that we could, that we were worthy, right? That we're as gifted as we are. Like, we had to work through so many of our own emotional things, right? Our own physical worlds, just to be able to sit up here and be in the position that we're in. It doesn't come easy, okay? It doesn't, not at all. And sometimes it feels like a burden that is so heavy to carry. Trust me, it's not a burden you'd want to carry every day anyway. When you have to force yourself to do something third dimensional just so you can switch off from everybody else's feelings, right? All the downloads, all the messages, like, it's difficult, right? I've only done one 3D thing all week, which is go to my kid's Christmas concert. And I was like, it was so weird to be grounded into the earth energy for the first time all week, because I haven't been able to switch off the downloads, right? It's been flooding in for us like nonstop. Like, most of us aren't able to get a good night's sleep at the moment. Like, so trust me, you don't want to be in that spec. And if you are having sleepless nights, it's because you're listening to too many messages that are putting you in a state of panic and fear that actually have nothing to do with your purpose, your path, or where you're headed. Okay? This is why general reads general tarot reads and things like that aren't great for you, right? They are not sending you on the right path. They're putting you in a state of, and that's how the dark side is affecting you guys, right? That's the only way the dark side is affecting you guys, is by keeping you guys at a place where you're worried about stuff, right? And so you're not 2020 on the count. Yeah, like I see the big picture clearly here, right? I can see, and I've been seeing. Now I'm able though to like put it into words in a way that hopefully you're able to comprehend and recognize and go, yeah, right, I probably have been doing that. And, you know, I mean, if it hasn't already kind of begun happening for you, right? If you're not at the stage where, you're meant to be doing what people like me do, and then stop listening to so much generalized stuff, okay? You get yourself one good private read, right? One good private read about, for the next 6 to 12 months, what is it that I need to focus on that's going to help me get me to the next level? That's the only question you should be asking out here. What is going to get me to the next level? Is it me needing to discipline my mind? Is it me needing to heal certain emotions? What is it? That's it. Be careful of I like to call it fear porn, right? Fear porn. That's what it is, right? And you get so hooked on it. But it's most of these messages, guys, I'm sorry to say, and again, I check in, I tap, because I get curious as to see what ethics and morals other people within my field actually have, so that I can see it, call it out, right? Bring it to your awareness that it's not good for you, okay? So if it's putting you in a state of panic and fear, this is the thing, because if you are that psychic and these things are happening to you, you already know about it. You're not afraid of it. We already know about it. That's why we're not afraid. We keep stepping up every day on our platforms, right? In our jobs, whether you're on a platform where you read like that, or you read in some other way, you psychically use your gifts in some other way, man, like that, we already know. We're not afraid. That's why we keep showing up. But if you're scared of the information that comes out of these reads, that's the dark side impacting you. That's the only effect it's having on you. But you don't have witches coming after you or covens coming after you. You don't have any of that, right? You don't have any of that. Just chill out. Stop listening to so much general fucking reads, okay? Stop being desperate for new love, desperate for this, desperate for that. Your desperation is manifesting your fears, okay? Start to really recognize here, guys, what's going on. Big picture on this platform, right? It's AI tarot readers. I know, that's what I mean. Anything now can be a tarot reader, can't it? Even a freaking algorithm, a computer. And if you're going to see anybody, or don't just go see a tarot reader. You could read your own tarot cards if you believed in yourself and just had a bit of memory recall, right? All it is a construct, right? Tarot has a construct. It has form, right? Oracle, different. Channeling, different. Automatic writing, different. Prophetic dreaming, different. Being a seer, again, different, right? Completely different. Having all the clairs, different. That gives you deeper understanding, deeper meanings, right? So be careful who you're getting your information from, even as when you want readings and things like that. Be careful, because everything has fucking construct here, right? Again, you guys need to recognize that, right? To my true psychic mediums, right? To the true spiritual leaders out here in this community, like from the bottom of my heart, right? Thank you guys for, keeping yourselves so at a level, right, at a vibrational frequency where you've been able to tap into a lot of that energy, right, and confirm for a lot of us, for each other. I mean, a lot of us have been confirming each other's messages, right, where we're like, yeah, see, wasn't tripping. We're not tripping out here, right? So thank you to those of you that are bringing those confirmations for us and each other. We need that, right? We need to know that we're not tripping out here, right? While they've got us thinking that we're tripping and trying to come up against us, right? But we need to stand in unity, right? Those of us that know, we know. All right, there's unity there that's forming, and I can see it. It is quite beautiful. But for the rest of you guys, man, just, chill out. Just chill out and look at what's holding you back here. Is it potentially you spending too much time on toxic reads, fear, clicking the fear porn reads? Is there, what is it? Let's get to the deep root of what is actually holding our collective back here. And seeing as we're talking about that, let's start doing that on an individual basis. I am going to open up right now and I'm just give me one sec before I say it. Spirit's like, just do it before you have to say it, girl, right? But we're going to go a little bit of a different direction, because my psychic mediums out here don't need to know any more about these situations, right? This didn't start out as a message the spirit wanted me to deliver. This is, again, energy that's around us right now doing rushing, man. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoever the fuck you energies are, right? You covens witches, right? These little kitchen witches, right? People's exes who have decided to get on Pinterest and start playing around with magic they shouldn't. We don't care. We don't care how you feel, what you're doing, how you're doing it, right? Even spirit don't even want to give the message. Even spirit are like, it's irrelevant to me, right? They didn't. That's not what they wanted me to read it. I was picking up on your energy, right? Don't be so transparent. Your cloaks aren't working, your shields aren't working, right? Way too transparent, these energies. And that's how we know they're not going to defeat anything, right? They're not doing shit. But spirit were like, no, it's not actually a message that's important. So let's not worry about that today. But now that we've gone to that topic and we've cleared out this idea that you're all under witchcraft and everyone's slowing you down, and, already now energies are trying to impact me right now, and I still don't care. Still don't care, because I don't like when I speak those truths, right? As soon as I bring that truth out and I start speaking truth about that, now not only am I target for people that want to target me because of my purpose, now I'm just a target in general, because I refuse to let my collective, who aren't on that level that the rest of our psychic meetings are on, sit in that energy either, right? Double bullseye on my back, but hey, someone's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to be out here fucking doing it. Somebody's got to be out here having some sort of ethics and morals about this shit. All right? Someone has to. Some of us have to. Otherwise, we're never going to see our collective elevate and be happy, be successful, chase their dreams. Isn't that what you guys want? To chase your dreams? Now, I've closed the chat out to subscribers only. If you want to get in on this next section, right, you're going to have to be a sub, right? We like reciprocal energy, guys. Don't forget to double tap the screen, hit the like button. Let's move into some personal readings, right? We'll do some private? They're not private. We'll do some live mini readings here for you guys. Again, to my psychics, my mediums, right? I love you guys. Keep on keeping on. Keep on fighting the good fight, because, it's it takes strength, man. I fucking have a lot of admiration for, what we all go through, right? Especially you guys. You go through a lot. We go through a lot together as a group. But we've got this, right? We've got this. That's right. Return the goodness, and I will give you some goodness here. All right. So members, to my members, you guys will obviously get priority if you guys want readings. I would hate to think that my members right now have got anything huge they want to ask, but you're definitely welcome to. Subscribers, if you would like a reading, pop your question below. Okay. Now, be mindful of what you're asking here as well. If you start asking things in ways where I'm going to school you on how to ask the right questions too. So Spirit want me to as well help you guys to start learning, like, not as, when's new love coming into my life? How about we start asking, what's blocking love from coming into my life? If it's like, will my ex come back? Why do I still want my ex to come back? Get what I'm saying? You want growth, right? You have to start growing in the way that you're thinking, the questions that you're asking, and how you're looking at things. That's the only way that growth is going to take place, is by expanding your awareness, expanding your mind, expanding your understanding of things. Okay, that's how you do it, right? But if you're going to keep asking the same questions out here, when am I going to get a job? When am I going to do this? When am I going to do, right? Start asking, what's the blockage here? What's actually holding me back from that in which I want? Because who cares about everybody here seems to always care more so about the end game than how to actually get to the end game. You can't get to the end game without having the piece of information in between. And when you get the piece of information in between, that is when you're going to succeed. That's when you'll start to, Julie. As soon as I see it, like, Julie, I'm just going to stop. You don't need a reading to know why love ain't coming in. You already know. It's you. I love you, baby, right? This is a woman who's self-aware, who knows that she's the blockage, right? Who's not trying to project it onto anything else, okay? That's why I respect me, Julie, right? I fucking love you, girl. This is what I mean. There are some of you guys here on my channel, man, you fucking make me proud, right? You do. You make me proud. You make me feel like all the shit that I go through is like for fucking good reason, right? Like that's what I need. That's all I need from it, right? Is to see people like Julie come into the chat and say exactly that, right? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'll have all these fucking kitchen witches, bitches, and whatever doing their mirror magic and their bullshit on me. No problems, right? If that's the result of me having to be resilient through it, I love that. I love that for you, Julie, right? Let's get the good questions flowing, people, right? So again, if you want a question, if it's just a general, we can have a look at what is it you need to know right now? What is Spirit trying to, knock on you? What are they trying to alert you to that is actually going to be beneficial here? because there's no point in keep circulating in this energy of you're circulating yourself and staying stuck, right? Fuck that. Who cares? Let's focus on how we're moving forward, right? How we're going to make those money moves. What's blocking us making those money moves? Could it be our confidence? Do we maybe not have our self-worth intact, right? Start asking the right questions so you get the right answers. At the moment, you guys have been out there asking questions, man, getting fucking answers that making you go nowhere, right? Making you stay stuck in your head. Whew, that energy, man. I'm telling you, there's people that don't like the fact that I do what I do like this, right? I don't care. I'm going to still do it. I'm here to support my collective, not bring them down like you are, right? I'm not here to take my collective out. I'm here to fucking lift them up by being real with them. While dark energy doesn't want to be real, right? It's just, there's illusions in the dark and shit. No, man. Sun's out here fucking illuminating that truth because that's what's going to help you guys. Not me continuously, blowing smoke up your ass. You think that you're all fucking prophets out here and you're not, right? You're not. 90% of the tarot channels, man, aren't fucking prophets. They're just tarot readers. And that's what I mean. You can all do that. They are just a tool. They're not channeled messages. They're not downloads. They're not energy reading. It's none of that. It's cards. It's pieces of paper with particular fucking meaning, right? It's just like, it's, you get what I'm saying? Basic bitch shit. Most of the people out here don't fucking have any real gifts other than that. And they want to, they're reading into or picking up on or listening to people like Psychic God 7, right? And then narrating the cards and making it all hyped up, man, fucking the collective up more, right? I'm not here to fuck my collective up. I'm here to be practical. You're a third dimensional being, right? You want to get through 3D? Because if you can't even get through 3D, fuck fighting 5D, right? I'm telling you right now, you have no spiritual grit, right? If you can't even get through the 3D challenges, how are you ever going to get to fulfill your purpose and your prophecy and your path, man, if you can't even step out into the light because you're so worried about what everyone thinks about you or like your exes? Like, you can't, man. Like, logic will be a really good tool here for any of you guys that are sitting in that energy, right? Just a little bit of logic, baby, just a pinch of it, and you will start to recognize what is truth out here and what isn't. Okay, but I'm here to help you guys get to where you want to go on a practical sense. If I have the messages for my psychics, man, you guys know it gets wild out here, but I still love giving you guys the confirmations, just like I need them sometimes from you guys. Like, just say, man, am I tripping? Am I tripping with what I'm feeling? No, we're not tripping, right? And sometimes we need each other as well to just know that we're all kind of feeling each other's, not pain, right? Challenges, right? These challenges that we're facing in the psychic community they're not easy, man, but fuck, it's showing some strength out here, isn't it? We've got some strength out here. Talk about spiritual fucking warriors, man. But that's because we've learned to master our third dimensional existence to the point where you can't get us on 3D shit anymore, right? You can't fuck us in the 3D that takes us off the path. It just, yeah. Do you? Well, that's nice of you to say, Mark. That's nice. I like that. That's great. I'm glad because at one point I could never speak up for myself. So that's a compliment. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Julie. Right. But I do thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Mwah. Appreciate the fact that you've very much highlighted something that I was missing for a long time, being able to speak out, being able to say what I needed to say, what I knew I should say. Thank you for that. Thank you for that compliment. Okay. So again, see what I'm saying, right? Like you've got to know how to have mastered yourself here on 3D Earth, man, before you're even going to be able to handle the 5D shit that comes at us, right? Because if that overrides, I'm telling you, your whole third dimension will be fucked up, right? You won't be able to do what I do, what Elle does, right? I hate that your name now shows up with your @ instead of your actual. I wish it just showed Elder God 7. It's so annoying, but it's that's what I mean. Like, if we weren't solid down here, what we deal with up on the 5D, it would destroy our third dimensional existence. It really would. Okay, so you need to recognize that you've got to master yourself here. You got to master your mind so that it doesn't make you feel some type of way to either stop you from doing something or make you do something stupid. Right? So questions. If you got questions, put them in. All right. Otherwise, we'll just keep spitting out some philosophy, some wisdom out here. I don't mind either way. Either way, I knew I needed to get up and read today. I had a private read that I had to do this morning, but I knew that I had to come out here for some reason. All right. We just I didn't realize what. Thank you. I appreciate you. And like, both you and I, mutual respect, man. Like the way that we have to carry ourselves and carry the people that support us and we love around us as well, it's the love goes both ways, You've taught me so much in my journey, like you've taught me so fucking much. It's phenomenal, right? Like you've been, that silent teacher in the background, And I mean, shit, my ancestors love you. You know that. You know that. I know. I always feel grandma just before you say it when you're doing your reads too. I always feel her there as well. But that's what it is, man. It's, there are some of us that understand what this is really all about on a deeper level. And we're in support of each other. It's just the rest of the tarot community that seem to be up against us, right? Because, hey, they want to walk a mile in our shoes, right? You want to walk a mile in these shoes? Oh, I'm telling you, mate, you'll give them back after half a mile. You will. You'll give them back after half a mile because I'm telling you right now, half of these energies, half of these people will not have gotten a grip of their 3D life enough to be able to handle the hecticness of what we have to deal with, to be able to ground ourselves back into this reality and not go into some sort of spiritual psychosis type spec, right? Like you have to have worked through the 3D shit, like next level. All right, banana terracotta. Let's have a look. I know you do. And I know for us sometimes it's just hard because, the second you and I connect on a outside of our channels, right? It's like, oh, heaven forbid, like Eric and Kerry be having a conversation, right? Because they might uncover some shit that these dark forces just don't want uncovered, right? There's certain energies that, when we get together, like the way that we uncover certain things is they don't like it. So they'll try and impact our energy to make us feel uncomfortable, and but we do, we know love's from afar, man. We don't need that validation to know we love each other, even if we can't connect the way that the regular mug, I call them mug, I'm gonna be muggles, right? Even if we can't connect like the regular muggles do, it's without words. We don't need to, telepathy is a great skill to have in that sense. All right, banana terracotta pie. I'm like, I had to stop for a minute there. Do you have advice on protecting ourselves in our dream? Yeah, absolutely. Sea salt by your bed, okay? Covering your third eye, covering your crown is going to help. Having a... All right, I'll see you later, darling. I'll speak to you soon, all right? Take care. So yeah, cover your head, banana, cover your third eye. Also, for some of you guys as well, on a 3D practicality side, if you're having trouble remembering your dreams, it could also be a B vitamin deficiency, right? So vitamin B12 in particular, B6, helps with memory, so that can help with dream recall as well. But yeah, sea salt. I usually have 4 cups by the 4 corners of my bed. That usually keeps me protected. I should have, and Mystical, I didn't listen to you last night, right? You're going to tell me, don't tell me off, right? Don't tell me off. I didn't listen to you last night and I didn't have my head covered. And I think that probably impacted the chaoticness of everything and then whatever. I probably would have had more clarity of the intricacies of it. But, cover your head if you're feeling like, you're being attacked in your dreams or someone's trying to snatch your dreams. Keep a pen and a notebook right next to your bedside table. If you wake up middle of the night or, during witching hour, and you can remember clearly, like write down some dot points or some key elements from your dream that's going to help you jog your memory when you wake up. So that could help. That could definitely help, right? Cleanse yourself. Make sure you're keeping up with your cleansing practices, cleanse your room out, right? Make sure you're smudging your room. Change over the salt if you guys are doing salt and things like that. Sound, right? Frequency music, things like that. There's actually a lot that can be done, right? I mean, we are living in the age of technology, people. There's a lot. There's a lot that we can find. But yeah, salt's definitely a good one, definitely. But covering your head, right? Covering your head if you feel like they're being snatched or somebody's trying to watch, okay? Can you guys, Mystical, Gala, can you hear how Mia's like doing the same shit again that she was a few weeks ago? Listen, don't make me, to the energy that's doing that, because I could feel you sending that energy through to me this whole live. Like, don't make me do some more shit that you're not gonna like, right? I'm gonna say it like that. To that energy, don't make me do some more shit to you that you're not going to like. I don't want to have to waste my time or keep having to waste my time with you like that. But you're either gonna stop your bullshit or, you know, do you want to experience what you did for like that period or what? Do you want to just go about your business here? Because I ain't fucking playing, man, right? I'm not. I'm not. But you want to keep messing with the energy, man, of like my household and like the dog and all that shit and my energy and my children, right? I'm telling you, just don't, right? Lurking. Who's out here lurking on me? Lurking. I'm telling you, man, just stop lurking, stop doing whatever you're doing, because I'll do it again. I will. I will do it again, right? And I'll keep doing it. I will keep doing it. If it's to protect myself, my family, my household, man, like, you know, I will. Yeah, prowling in the feelings. What are you prowling around for? What's in your feels for? Because of what I'm connected to? Because of what those of us that are getting these messages are connected to? Man, I don't know what the fuck to tell these people anymore, right? I don't. Oh, I really don't. You want the crown? Go on, try and take it. I dare you to. No, I'm joking. I'm not daring you to. You can't have it. You can't. It's too heavy for you. It's too heavy. You're not connected in that way. Right? But you're seeking. You're looking at what? You know, is somebody looking to see whether they've blocked me? Or if I'm blocked? Is that what it is? I'm not blocked. Definitely not blocked. Definitely not blocked, right? Patience, right? We've got patience, right? Collective out here got patience. I've got patience. The rest of the psychic mediums out here have patience. Why are you guys in a rush? What are you in a rush to do? Bittersweet. Hurting? You're hurting. Oh. Oh. Diddums. I was about to say get boobs. Boobs. But yeah, pop your questions in if you guys want. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep channeling the energy, right? Channeling the energy. All right, again, somebody's now projecting that energy of like that heaviness on my shoulders again. Man. Hi. Again, spit on the deck. Lurking, right? Lurking. Yeah, that's the message we're getting here, collective, right? To my psychic collective, my psychic community, right? Again, messages about these people lurking. Oh, is there a particular date you guys need to rush in and do this by, huh? We've got dates, we've got deadlines, all right? What's the deadline out here, Spirit? What's the deadline out here for these people? 3, the number 3, could be 3 weeks, right? What is that? That puts us right about at the end of post-shadow retrograde, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Interesting. Interesting. And the Trekkie deck is nearby, Julie, but other than the unboxing, I haven't actually had enough time to connect with it. I haven't had much time to connect with it. I want to do a couple of reads for myself before I, you know, like I need to feel the Trekkie vibes with it before I probably read with it, babe. So maybe next time, ask me to use it next time. But man, I don't know if you guys like, like the lipsticks that like dry matte, you know, that are meant to last forever. Like, fuck, man, they get so dry on my lips, man. It annoys me. I need to stop wearing them. I just need to stop wearing them altogether. I keep getting annoyed by them. Is there something? Okay. Okay. All right. We'll have a look. I have a feeling there's not going to be a lot that actually comes out for you in that sense, right? But we'll have a look at what maybe is going to come out, right? But I don't feel like the way that the energy kind of reads for me right now, it's there's nothing that you're doing wrong, right? Are there things that you could maybe do that would be more beneficial? Absolutely. But wrong? I don't get a wrong or a sense of, oh no, you're doing it wrong. Definitely not. But there could be, again, some things that you could be doing more right or better, you know, that kind of sense that would actually be beneficial. So yeah, your experiences, especially what you're going through right now, you are very much you very much see both sides of what was here for you to learn. Okay, like within, you know, being hurt, being the one that chooses to be in situations where you get hurt, like you are you're very aware, you're very self-aware here as well. Okay, you've got a level of self-awareness that a lot of people don't have when or by the time they go through what your current circumstances are. Okay, so you're very mindful. The fact that you've asked the question, the way that you've asked it, no, never have I seen somebody that's in the shit of it, right? Like where you're at, actually ask a question like that. They generally project back onto the other party as opposed to, or the other circumstances, as opposed to asking within oneself, where am I at? Am I maybe not doing the right thing here? So just that, Spirit want me to make you, or basically like be proud of that fact that you have a level of self-awareness here and self-accountability. That's exactly the reason why when something isn't quite right, you're going to feel it anyway. It's going to be so clear to you because of how clear, your choices leading up to where you're at right now are also clear. I did XYZ, like I went to A, which led me to B, which led me to C, right? You know where you've gone wrong in those aspects. So it's like if anything does come up that's seriously wrong, okay, you're going to notice it. You're going to notice it, okay? I mean, the one card that's coming out here that are definitely like wavelengths, right? So, again, maybe needing to maybe expand your support system here, okay, with people on the right wavelength. Spend more time connecting with people of like mind, similar beliefs, okay, to give you that sense of community. Now, I know that's what you gained here as well, but thank you, Don. How are you, darling? I have been hustling hard, man. That's a lot of Starbucks, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, you're fucking awesome, right? I love how you so swiftly pop into my shit and fucking pop out, and I never get a chance to but I do. I appreciate it, and I fucking absolutely fucking love you guys, man. I love you guys so fucking much. So yeah, DR, you've needed the community, but I think there's more, right? Like you need. I don't know, DR, do you have a homie? Like, do we have a homie that we can connect with out here? Right? I've almost felt like saying to you and White Dog Tarot, Stefan, like, because you guys live in the same state, right? Like maybe, I could try to, like, matchmake fucking homies, right? I want to matchmake some homies. You're chilling? You are a busy, and that's good, busy man, right? Busy man, he's got a lot to do, right? He out here fucking kicking ass and taking names out there. I fucking love that, right? I love that. I love that. That's what I'm trying to help collective do. Get busy, babies, right? Get busy. Get busy. And it's a busy time of year. I know you guys have got, Thanksgiving over there today in the States. I don't know, to Canada. Do you guys celebrate that over in Canada as well? I assume so. No? Yes? No? I don't know. Now I feel like I'm ignorant, right? But no, we don't do Thanksgiving here. If you guys knew the history of Thanksgiving, I probably would be anti-Thanksgiving anyway, just like I don't celebrate Australia Day. Right? Like, don't get too political out here, Carrie. Oh, but I'm passionate about Spirit knows, man. Spirit knows I get passionate about it. Canada is a month before. It was in October. Okay. Well, I'm passionate about, certain topics and things. And anyway, I'll zip and keep my fucking personal opinions to myself, right? But let's just say, yeah, if I was living in either of the countries, I wouldn't celebrate it anyway. So there could be, again, the only thing I think that Spirit want you to be aware of with this card coming out would be that emphasis on the materialistic side, DR. But again, your level of, and that's why Spirit wanted me to highlight that first before that even came out, right? That you're already aware of it. So that could have been maybe the biggest thing that I wanted you to look at is, not worrying so much about the dollars and cents, right? That whatever is going to happen in your situation, it's going to be what it needs to be for your highest good. Okay. And that's all you need to do is trust in that. And it's like you said to me the other day, like it's exactly like you said to me the other day. You've already got the awareness there in that whole situation too. And like I had to say, like I shared that whole concept with Mystical because we were talking about you. We talk about you behind your back sometimes, DR, in a fucking good way. We're just saying how amazing you are, like the amazing energy you carry. How self-aware, tapped into yourself that you really, really are. It's a very rare thing to kind of see somebody with where you're at and going through what you're going through, still be able to maintain that within yourself, right? Like you're going to get past that, man. You're not going to have a whole lot to fucking have to dig through because you're already digging through it now, right? You're already in and amongst it, digging through it. But, as well, just looking around, DR, and seeing, all the small things that you do have, that's going to make you feel like the rich man, That's what's going to make you feel like you've got it all. Not what you're about to lose or, not what she's going to take from you. Don't worry about what she's going to take from you, because what you're going to gain from it is far greater than that figure, right? Whether that be, again, in gifts, in understanding and wisdom, because you know how to utilize all of that. If you were somebody that didn't know how to utilize that, I'd be worried about you, right? But you do. And for you, it's all about just, making sure you're staying balanced, making sure that you're feeling connected to people, so that, you're not having to carry the burden of those emotions alone right now, is pretty much all that spirit needs you to do, man, until, we get to that new beginning stage, right? Once all that's cleared out, then it's time to dream big, baby, right? It's time to dream big and move forward from that, okay? You bring a lot of happiness to the people. You bring a lot of happiness to this chat. We love having you a part of our soul tribe, DR, Like, there are a few masculines in here that have become, like, just, we adore you guys. Like, we fucking love you guys. We love your energy. We're proud of you guys. We see you. We see you. So, yeah, with Cosmos coming out here, good order, this experience, again, is all helping you to expand. And as long as you keep taking on and taking in the lessons and keeping your eyes open to it, there's nothing else the spirit needs you to be aware of or to do. And there's nothing that you're doing wrong here. Okay, there's nothing. Even the one area that you were maybe too focused on, you already addressed it yourself and highlighted it to yourself. Hey, like, I don't need to worry about that. And as soon as you let that go, like, you shift in your energy, right? That's it. People can judge her however they want, man. We know the true heart and soul of our beautiful Virgo man up in here. We do. We feel it. We feel it. We feel it in the words that you speak. Like, your energy carries through in the way that you type, right? You know how some people, like, when they type certain shit, like, it carries through in the way that they type? When you say it, the energy carries through in the words on the screen, dear. That's powerful, right? That's when it's seen and felt, right? That's powerful, okay? That's it, because you can't buy good people, can you? When you got lots of money, you know what you usually get? People that want to use you around you. You don't get good people, do you? You get people that want to latch onto that, get a leg up on it, right? All that sort of stuff. So what you really want, right? And being rich, spiritually rich, is, connected to source, connected to soul, and connected to the souls of others, man. That's spiritual richness. That's because you can't buy any of those things, right? You can't buy being a psychic, being a medium, yeah, right? You can't buy your connection to the divine. Go try buying. And this is why I fucking find it funny that people offer, like, psychic and mediumship courses, right? Because you either are or you aren't, right? Mediumship, you can't just learn a course to be a medium, right? And get a certificate. And yet there's people out there that sell you courses. Do you know how fucking unethical that shit is? It's so spiritually unethical. You can't do a course for mediumship. It's not a trained, it's not fucking like learning physio. It's not like becoming a dentist or a doctor. It's not the same thing, right? It's not you can't study that shit. It's unique and personal to every individual. You either have mediumship and you get somebody to guide you, to help you develop. True, right? That's that, absolutely. But to teach you mediumship, to teach you how to be a medium, it's a crock of shit. It's a fucking, it's false. You can't get a certificate like it's a fucking skill. Like, you know what I'm saying? But people be out there fucking putting out courses like learn to become a medium, right? Learn to become a medium. You can't become one. You're born with the gift, and at some point it will switch on, and you will either expand on it and use it, or you won't, right? I very rarely use my mediumship because it's not the focus. Do I have it? Yes. Will it come through when I need to? Yeah. But can I switch it on? No, because spirit, that's not my strong point, right? I could develop it, but I don't care to, because it's not my focal point. You guys know my focal point is helping you guys move forward, to find your confidence, to live your dreams, right? To do that thing that you've always wanted to do, that your soul's been called to do, right? Through my own experiences, through my spiritual gift, through the practical psychological tools that we use, right? I do it like that. But you can't go do a freaking 8-week course to become a medium. It doesn't work like that, But yeah, you're doing great, man. Just you're going to be surprised at the way oh, wow, DR. You're going to be surprised at the way that this ends, right? The way that this justice ends, right? Or the way that this comes through. We got surprise, okay? We got the surprise card. So a surprise is coming, or you may find yourself in a surprising situation with Zeus coming out here, justice, order, wisdom, right? And the end, the way that this is all going to end and unfold, like, you're going to be I feel pleasantly surprised. But I think, DR, you're the kind of person where even if it's not what you want, you're not going to get all butthurt over it. You're the kind of person that understands that you don't always get what you want, but you get what you need from the divine. You're right. There's often it's people don't understand it on a spiritual level like that. Oh, but then they feel like, oh, I'm not good enough. It's not that you're not good enough. You're just missing the spiritual lesson to it, right? Everything has a spiritual lesson to it. If you choose to look deep enough, you can work through and you'll get a deeper understanding of what it is, and then you don't have to feel so bad. It's not personal, man. It's not. You never saying out here trying to personally punish you. If you're out here giving it a go, doing your best, and something doesn't go right, that's not punishment. Just look deeper. That's it. Just a little bit deeper, right? And you'll be like, oh, and then you're like, oh, I don't know. It's not me. It's just I needed to learn this. So it is you, but it isn't you all at the same time. Does that make sense? But it's not like you're not good enough. You're not worthy enough. None of that shit. It's just that there's an element there that you haven't been seeing, that spirit are like, and if you're not triggered, you're never going to see it, right? So it's like spirit will trigger you like that so that you're more likely to look deeper into it, right? Because if you're not like, you get what I'm saying? If it's all too easy and everything works out the way you want, what would you learn? Nothing. Nothing. You wouldn't have to overcome your fears, would you? If everything that you ever wanted was just given to you like that, why would you be afraid? You know you're gonna have it, right? So you're doing great, dear. You're doing great, and I do feel like you're gonna be surprised the way that turns out. Maybe not on what you get, what you don't have to give, but you're going to be surprised with how it all pans out. You'll probably look back on this and go like, fuck man, I didn't expect that I'd actually handle this that well, even though maybe it's not what I initially wanted. You're not attached to outcomes. You know what attaching yourself to outcomes does, and you know how to avoid that. You know how to see deeper. Looking forward to freedom, yeah. Look forward to it, because you're going to get there, right? You're going to get there. Just exactly. Keep focusing on spirit, loving yourself, right? Reminding yourself of, the reason why you've got so much to lose, dear, is because you've grown so much, right? You've used so much of your wisdom, your skills to grow and have all these things, right? But we know at any moment everything that we have could be gone in an instant, and it's the lesson to not hold on to that, right? To not be so rigid and holding on to that being, that means that we're good people. It means that we haven't done anything wrong. No, right? It's not about right or wrong in certain circumstances like that, and you're going to be able to take on board those principles where it's not going to affect you. It's going to further propel you though. Okay. It's going to further propel you into good order, right? Into good order where the experience, again, it helps you to expand. Okay. It's going to help you further when you do make new moves, right? It's like, I'm going to say it's like this. For a lot of you guys are getting the cheat codes, right? The cheat codes to life, right? Through your experiences and how heavy they've had to be, right? You're getting the cheat codes to your future success, right? That's what Spirit's trying to give you, the cheat codes. And they can't give you the cheat codes without you playing the game a little bit, right? Without you having to input the codes and see how they're working. You know what I'm saying? I love you, dear. I love you. All right. If anybody else wants to go next, right? Drop your question in. Have I missed anything? Have I missed anything? I'm missing my coffee. That's what I am missing. I'm missing out on a hot coffee. I'm still needing to 3 weeks later, right? This is how little time I've had. I still can't fix my broken nail out here. I still can't. I'm thinking about just chopping them all back to the same lengths, to be honest, and just being done with it. So I can put that on the back burner for another 2 weeks and just let them grow out for a bit, right? Because I don't have time for it. I've got other things that are so much more important, right, than my nails. But this one is just bothering me. Usually people have the longer pinky, that's when people the coke nail, right? The coke nail. I'm the opposite, right? Can't use that as a scoop right now. I did scroll up a little bit. Why am I scrolling up? Let's scroll up and see. You don't celebrate it either, sour milk? Yeah, look, I just, again, they're like, Kerry, don't, 2332, we are seeing mirrored numbers out there on the screen. I do, I've got pretty strong, what we're just talking about. Yeah, we don't do, first of all, we don't do Thanksgiving in Australia. And second of all, even if I wasn't in Australia, or if I was and we did, I wouldn't celebrate it because of what it represents. What it represents. And unless you're spiritually understanding of what the significance is, I'm better off just probably shutting my mouth and not having a political debate up in here. It's not even a political debate. You know what, Spirit? It's not a political debate. It's not about politics for me. It's about the spiritual truth of it. Okay, it's the spiritual truth. And the spiritual truth is that the most spiritual beings, right, and the most tapped into that land over there, are unfortunately the ones that are being highly offended by holidays like that, just like Australia Day here in my land, right? But I had to say it. I had to say it, right? Again, I'm gonna say how I feel, right? Thanksgiving, to me, is a blatant disrespect to the natives of your land, right? It's a celebration of genocide, of invasion, right, by people that aren't connected to the land, to the roots of that land, you know. And so, look, I'm not saying don't celebrate, right? So it's always great to get together. And I know for a lot of you guys, you don't even look that deep into it. You know, it's not like you're celebrating, oh yeah, like genocide and fucking invasion, right? I get it, but for me, you know, everything's very intentional. So if I pour my energy into it, then my intention's going into it, and I have to respect my beliefs and values in that sense. Um, you know, it's like I'm not anti anyone who does, like, again, each their own. It's just I'm very mindful of what I would allow myself to celebrate on particular days and for what reasons. Like, you know, and this is where I go, make up your own days, right? Make up your own, like, you know, you want to do Christmas, right? Do it in August, right? Do it in September. Make your own traditions and customs that aren't like so deeply offensive on a physical, spiritual, emotional level to ancestors of the past, you know? Like, I mean, how could I be out here using, like, you know, spiritual tools and gifts of like the natives, right? And celebrate, like, I mean, you know, how do you think I could pick up sage, man, and respect celebrating Thanksgiving all on the same day? I can't. I can't. It's disrespectful. 111, it's 1 p 1:11 p.m. here on my clock. You get what I'm saying? Like, that would be 22:33 on the count. That would be me disrespecting. Like, why would I sit here and use, right, a spiritual tool from the 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 owners of the land, right? That, like, the natives of the land, man, and then sit there and like cook myself a fucking turkey today and be all like, yay, happy Thanksgiving, right? I couldn't. My soul, my spirit won't let me do that. It wouldn't let me do that. The same way that I don't do it when it's Australia Day. I don't celebrate the invasion of, you know, like, I mean, the invasion of my country happened a long time before my grandparents came here with my parents, right? I'm first generation Australian, but am I respectful and mindful about the traditions of this land? Fucking oath I am. I respect it, right? I just wish that the people that came here and invaded and fucking created the shit here, right, would recognize, right, that they set off a karmic cycle here with the natives here that is making it really hard for a lot of them to get back to their spiritual roots, to be able to get back to being connected with the land. And I value, like, the elders and the stories that they provide, the spiritual stories that the natives of my country fucking have, because they align with the same with every other, you know, culture in that sort of same sense. So, you know, I can't sit here and, you know, wave a fucking Australian flag and, you know, and get drunk and have a barbecue like everybody else fucking does on Australia Day, and be in my soul okay with that, because I'm a being of spirit, you know. I'm a spiritual being, and so I have a different way of looking at these third dimensional things that we do that a lot of people don't actually give. They do echo for generations. They fucking do, right? And anyone who says they don't, well, then stop. You can't say that about a people and then say, like, oh, you believe in generational curses. That's contradictory, right? So if you believe in generational curses, you believe in the passing down of legacy things like that, and energies and shit, well, then you need to believe in the fact that has been an echo for the generations of those where they had to deal with white men fucking invading and creating fucking genocide amongst the people of the land, right? I'm sorry, but my soul can't disrespect it or refuse to see it, right? And that's what I mean. Like, not everybody understands what it truly means to be spiritual. It doesn't mean to just, you know, meditate and fucking light some candles, right? It means to really, on a spiritual level, understand it all. Like, you got to take it all in. You have to expand your awareness here, guys, right? Why do we do certain things, right? Some people don't understand, right? That's the energy from darker forces, right? It was darker forces that invaded these countries, mine, yours, right? It's people of greed. They want power. They want complete control. What vibration does that come from? a lower vibrational frequency, the dark side. And yet we don't consider that spirituality. We don't consider the factor of how that impacts us spiritually. Okay. We 144 over there in Victoria, right? 144, if you know, you know. When you truly are a spiritual being, you will see things differently on a different level about the world, life, whether it's every day, 3 days, it doesn't matter. It's just, I can't be a part of disrespecting, especially, man, like the Native Americans, right? The Native Australians here, like I can't, man. Like they knew how to do shit that we're still figuring out, right? That we're still trying to figure out. They already had that wisdom, right? Over 100 years ago, these people were living that wisdom, breathing that wisdom until, we all decided to fucking invade their countries, man, and start fucking shit up and having disrespect for it. And then being like, oh, no, it's their fault that they're still like this. No. Well, then why is it, why do we try to break through generational curses and things like that? Because we know better, right? We know better. We know that they do carry through. But they've been oppressed, some of these, and they can't, because white men have taken over these countries and opposed laws and have become so great in their power that there's nothing any of them can fucking do anyway, right? But then on top of it, for me to celebrate it, like, then I might as well just go sign myself, might as well just go sign a contract with the dark side and be a fucking millionaire, right? Mind my own fucking business, go buy a nice little deserted island, right? And stay away from people where I'm happy. But I can't, because my soul recognizes the truth in the situation. So to those that are, again, natives of both, any country, right, that have been through that similar thing, man, like I do, I pay respect to your beliefs, right, your land, okay, the spiritual connection that you guys have. It's so undervalued, underrated. It's so underrated, so underrated. Anyway, yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Thanksgiving, guys, right? But again, each to their own. I don't hate you if you're doing it. I'm not, it's just, again, my personal opinion, the way that my soul feels, right? But, you do what you're comfortable with. You do what you need to for you that makes you feel happy, that whatever, right? But if, I know, bark, right? Mia's like, she's getting angry, right? She's getting angry. But yeah, if you really want to expand your awareness here and really get to the deeper spiritual level, these are some other things that you need to really be looking at. Okay, there are common themes, whether it be in your personal life, worldwide, right, that play out energetically, right, and they all, it's easy to see once you kind of open your eyes to it. The music turned up louder. The dog's still barking, right? Oh, you're trying to turn, they're trying to turn up are you trying to turn it all up, are you? Trying to turn it all up because, like, it will get blocked and it's going to fade? Oh, no, right? I'm telling you, those energies, man, those energies that want to keep doing that, like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be me either. I wouldn't. Oh, then you know what? Vicky, don't be polite up in here, right? We don't need to be fucking polite. If you don't celebrate it, don't wish, don't, who gives a shit? That's fucking gold. Then don't be polite, right? You don't have to be polite is the point as well, right? Just like I didn't have to hold back. I don't have to hold back just because people might get offended, right? That's okay if you're offended. I don't mind if you're offended. I don't mind if man, I'm telling you, like, right? Like, the worst you're going to do is get me irritated with that energy, right? But I'm telling you, if I find out, right, and because I am going to ask the question, whoever it is that's sending that fucking energy constantly, if I find out that my children have been acting out of sorts again, I'm telling you, right, you're going to fucking wish you hadn't. You're going to wish you fucking hadn't sent that fucking energy again. We're not doing it again, right? We're not doing it again. Because this time I won't be so fucking nice about it, right? This time you're really gonna wish you fucking hadn't, like the past 3 weeks, right? But stop trying to send that fucking energy. Stop trying to distract and disrupt in the energy, right? I know how to level out my frustration. That's you, just because that's what I mean, right? Like the energy, and Gala Mystical, you guys are probably DR, those of you that understand what I'm going through are going to understand that. It's like the energy, whoever's doing this to me constantly thinks that that's going to be enough, right? My frustration is enough to like get me off of my path, like for me to lose it. I don't give a fuck. I'll have an outburst on here and I'll still get back on here tomorrow. I don't care. You can't make me see myself in some type of way that I'm not going to keep doing it, right? Like, but that's it. That's what you're going to get me on. Is that the one aspect, the one avenue that you think that you can get me on is like by fucking like getting me to a point where I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed fucking with other shit all the time that's got nothing to do with you energies, right? Like we all get triggered sometimes, but what you're not understanding, whoever you are, is that I easily balance that out, right? Do you get what I'm saying? Like you're being caught out again for like your intentions out here. That's the thing. Like I will work through it. I'll work through the energy. You can't, just because I sit in a guys, you know, just because some of us sit in a particular energy at one point doesn't mean like that's the energy we carry throughout our whole day. You know, like I don't carry the energy of like when I get frustrated at this shit through the rest of my day. I get off of here and I'm usually laughing with the girls. You know, we laugh about it, we talk about it, we talk about everything else, other stuff. But you get what I'm saying? Like, because what this energy is trying to also get me to feel is that like it's not okay with how I feel. I'm not allowed to feel something either. And that I sit and show you guys like something that I'm not teaching you, right? Your feelings are your feelings, but just because you have them doesn't mean you're going to hold them. Doesn't mean you're going to allow them to actually impact your next move, right? Be mindful of that energy, guys, right? That when that's projected at you, that's they want you to think that you're gonna. I'm not gonna sit like that, man. We're gonna get off here eventually and be like, we all good, right? But just stop sending that energy towards me, man. Like, because I'm telling you, not what like when I have to take action, I'm telling you, you're not going to like it, right? And what I don't like most about the whole situation is even being put in a position where I constantly have to fucking address it, right? Not verbally. I don't mean verbally, right? I'll address you verbally all day, every day, right? But you again, you've been warned about trying to impact the journey, right? You've been warned how many times? I'm telling you, there's only so many light warnings that Medusa, Nemesis, my ancestors, the angels, right, the Most High is going to give you before. Take the warning, take the hint, man, you know? Just take the hint out here. Sirens are going fucking off, baby, you know? But like, I just don't get it. And then what? You're sending energy towards the live, towards the stream. I know it. I can see it in the way that things are going right now. 121, right? Dreams, yeah. This has got something to do with somebody that I was dreaming about, right? Either that was you last night trying to fucking create crazy, right? I'm not going to go crazy. That's the thing. Whoever you are, you're not going to get me to go crazy. 122 on my screen over there. Is that the energy you're trying to get me in, right? But you can't, because I know how to balance it out when I get out of the energy. That's it. There's no backing down now, babies, right? I'm not about to quit, but whatever you did last night in my dreams, it wasn't enough, right? It's never going to be enough. It's not. I just don't know why anyone would spend that much time fucking projecting all that energy towards me and trying to impact me energetically. All that. Like, don't you know that I'm Leo? I'm a Leo. Do you not know that I'm a Leo? And like, I'll just, my ego side has been integrated into my higher self. It will do it just to prove you fucking wrong, right? My ego is going to drive me enough just to prove you wrong. But you know I'm going to back it up, so I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get why anyone would want to play. But yeah, I am annoyed. Good job with that. But trust me, you're the one who's going to be fucking far more annoyed and regretful. Not at me, man. At yourself. For constantly trying to do that. Constantly trying to send that energy. Like, it's just silly, man. It's just silly. Causing chaos in my dreams last night. Trying to make it so chaotic that I couldn't pick up on, you know, the finer details, right? Man, I don't give a shit about the fucking finer details, man. The only finer details I'm worried about is like what's going on and what I'm building, what I'm doing. You know? I'm aware of the energy. I'm aware of what's happening. But I don't need to pay you that much attention, right? Is that what it is? You need the attention. You need to be seen, do you? Oh, collective. You know, you get the rise out of me, but I'm going to balance it out. I'm not going crazy. I'd be crazy to give this up, though. That's what I'd be crazy to do, is to give this up. When you're coming at me that hard with the energy like that, I'd be crazy to stop. That's the only thing I'd be crazy doing. But yeah, man, that dog's been going off like past couple of days again, like she was 3 weeks prior. It was peaceful for 3 weeks, though. It really was. It really was. Yeah. It's all right. We're going to go back to, blocking you. Either that or what? Are you getting bored out here yet? Are you bored yet? Whoever you are, you're doing a lot to try and numb yourself, aren't you? Numb, withdrawn, okay? Spirit telling you you should probably withdraw. Like, you should probably withdraw. Probably withdraw. Because I'm beyond the point where you're going to get me to back down now. I can't do it. I can't back down. I won't back down. Is that what it is? You want to shut down what makes me happy, right? And the way that I express these messages, the way that I express myself. Wanting me to be blind, right? I'm not blind, right? I'm not blind. I might give too much sometimes to these kinds of energies, right? But I choose it too. I choose to address it as well. Because I want it to know, right? Yeah, I'm aware. I get it. I ain't stupid. I'm not. But I'm also not going to fucking put up with it. Spirit telling me I need to speak to you, mystical. They're like, you need to talk to the girls. I need to talk to the girls. I need to talk to the girls. Anybody else got any other questions that they're going to put in? Or we're just going to, otherwise I'm going to end this stream and go dig deeper with my girls, with my ladies. Because they want me to stop. Somebody thinks they can play on old wounds, right? Like, you don't understand. My shadow side's been integrated. That's why when people say I have a big ego, I fucking agree with them. But I need my ego to get past the hurtful things that people say, the energy that gets projected. Like, do you not understand? I've mastered it. I've mastered utilizing my shadow side. This is why I'm such a wanker when I say I am who I am. I know what I know. I can do what I do, right? I'm not saying it because of nothing, right? It's because I can back it up. It's because I know what I've integrated here and how I utilize it. This is what I'm saying to you. There's no point in doing that. I will tell you every time, fucking oath, I got a big ego, right? And I'll keep telling you to keep feeding it for me, right? Keep feeding my fucking ego. I never used to allow my ego to be fed. I never used to allow people to make compliments or gift me anything, right? And be gracious about it. I'll go, oh, no, right? If this was me in the past on those wounds, I wouldn't even have monetized my channel because I'd feel too bad for people donating to my channel, right? I mean, I'm not out here asking, right? But I can gracefully fucking take what's given to me, can't I? You can't get me on those wounds anymore. I can utilize them to my benefit. That's alchemy. That's integration of the dark and the light. That's what I mean, man. These people are stupid. Because my ego doesn't care. It's going to get there and my skills are always going to back it up. Because even if I've said something that, later the other side of me goes, I shouldn't have said that. Oh, good. I've got all the tools to fucking work through it to feel better about myself, man. What don't you get? I have the fucking blueprint, the cheat code, the fucking keys, right? Like, I'm doing it and teaching it. It's a waste of time, right? So the only thing I can do is look at it as what? Am I supposed to take it as a compliment? Right? Am I supposed to feel, like, grateful for it? But, I mean, yes, I'm annoyed right now. But not as annoyed as what you are. Certainly not as annoyed as what you are, because you're trying. You have to keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. What's the rush? Why are you in such a rush for? Why were you trying to get me to feel rushed this morning, right? I don't feel any rush, right? No rush, baby, okay? Things are building. They're growing. Things are moving towards exactly what I want. Happy Turkey Day, man. Only turkeys celebrate Happy Turkey Day, right? Gobble, gobble, gobble. But you can't, right? I'm not about to feed myself any lies out here. Okay? I'm not. You can't put me in my childhood wounds anymore. I'm not a child anymore. I'm not a child anymore. You can't tempt me with shit that looks tempting anymore. We've done that, right? We've done that. We got to a point where, I got my spiritual upgrade because of what I just finished learning, right? Spirit's like, yeah, now you get it, right? Now we give you this. That's what I mean. It's not, no. You can't stop it. You can't. You're annoying? Yes, I'll give you that. But if that's what you're trying to achieve, well, then you've achieved it. You've succeeded. Now move on to the next project. But the problem is that that's not what you're trying to achieve. And I know that. I know you want to achieve more out of the situation, but it's pointless. It's pointless because even if I feel some type of way, I know I'm still going to be here tomorrow doing it. I know the day after I'm still going to do it. So I just don't get it. It's futile, right? It's futile. It's futile, right? Again, I've warned you, Spirit, I've warned you, right? Redemption, man. You need to fucking redeem yourself, right? Don't worry about what I be doing out here, okay? Don't worry about what I'm doing. You worry about what you're doing. But it is futile because I can utilize my shadow aspects, right? And collective, when you can get to the point where you can utilize your shadow aspects like that, I'm telling you, man, like people who don't understand the concept think I'm cooked, man. When I sit down, I'm like, take it all in, right? Allow it to feed my ego. Because that's what, if my ego doesn't care what you think, what you say, what you whatever, then, and that comes through, we think about that. If I allow that to sink into my heart, how do you think that's going to impact the action that I take? How? If I allow that to get into my mind, what other people say, and the energy that they project at me, how's that going to sit in my heart? And what action would I take? Especially if I was still broken and unhealed from my childhood wounds. I wouldn't have a fucking hope of getting up here on this platform, doing any of what I do. That's it. The line doesn't worry about. That's it. That's it. It's like just like little annoyances on my back, right? Like just just gotta fling that shit off, right? But it's not gonna stop me. So look, maybe that's what they want to do, just annoy me. But even then, man, what are you gonna do? Annoy me while I'm in a stream? Annoy me while I'm having a dream? Annoy me while I'm tapped in? That's cool. I know how to disconnect now. I know how to go 3D spec and just not have to feel this shit and balance myself out, do some nice shit for myself, and then get back to it. Right? Is what? What do you want? What do you want from me, dark side? What do you want? What do you want? I mean, that's it. I got my homie, my bestie from another testy that will always kind of pull me out, and we'll sit together, we'll do some shit just to chill out, recuperate our minds, right? Before I get back to the spiritual grind. Like you can't take away the tools that I have, man. I've worked hard to learn them so that I could do this, but somebody's only dreaming their troubles away, right? You're dreaming if you think your troubles are going to go away by coming up against people like me. How are we, Darren? We're fucking great. Like, we're fucking great. Big picture, we're great. Right now, we're just annoyed at the same old ish. The same old ish circulating. Just trying to, get me in a space where, like, I'm like, and frustrated, and then what? Give up? We're not giving up. Give up what? What else would I do if I didn't do this? What else am I going to do? What else am I going to do? I only know one thing now. I only know one direction now, which is forward. I don't know how to go anywhere else. Sorry. Can you teach me how to go backwards, whoever you are? Can these karmic energies teach me how to go backwards, please? I don't know how to do it. But if you've got some advice, sure, I'll listen up, right? But like, seriously. Yeah, I get it. There's certain people, collective, that didn't imagine, right, that some of us would be able to be so assertive, that we'd be able to, and look at that, we got those antlers again, we got the antlers again coming out, Gala. Now we know after last night. Like some people, collective, even around you, can't or couldn't have imagined, right, that you would be able to assertively like take action and stand in your power, your truth, and do the hard things, right? They didn't imagine that you'd ever get there because they can't imagine it within themselves. They can't see themselves being able to achieve that level, so therefore they doubt it in others. Right? That's another thing you got to be aware of. When people can't see themselves being able to change, level up, have the best, they think that that's everybody, right? It's their inability. It's coming from their perception, like from where they're sitting, But that's not for us to, man, yeah, what? It's late. You're too late. That's why, again, these energies don't want to be too late for this. That's what these energies, I feel like, have been rushing. The rushing energy that I felt this morning, I'm like, I'm not rushing. What do I need to rush for? But it was like, and then I would stop and be like, I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush. I choose it. I consciously choose it, but there was something rushing in the energy, and it's because somebody feels like, again, like they're too late, right? Whoever you are too late. You missed the mark probably about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago in stopping me, okay? Longer. From the day that I made a video on my channel, which isn't there now, but I made it initially, right, as my start-off point of me taking accountability for all the fuck shit I'd done in my path. It was like the beginning of me really being okay with who I was. Like, you probably weren't going to be able to stop me from then. At that point, I didn't understand certain energies, but now, like, now I get it. You know? Like, you guys are forbidden. These energies are forbidden from impacting my new beginning. Okay? Like, it's forbidden. You can't do it. You don't have the power. No power. Lights are off. Nobody's home. Somebody's in their feels about it, collective, right? It's raining, it's pouring. The old man's snoring. They wanted you to be sleeping forever, right? We're not sleeping beauties out here. This isn't Sleeping Beauty. Okay, it's not a fairy tale. This is life too. 404. Number 8. Right? Abundance, prosperity. 8 also talks about our personal power. Right? Know your personal power, collective, right? Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump off. There's nothing else to read. There's nothing else to read. Start asking yourself the questions, okay? When you guys come back to the channel next, I want you to have some good questions. Good questions about forward momentum, okay? That are forward focused. All right, start looking at some of the things that have come up today in conversation, right? How did any of that challenge your perceptions? How is any of that challenging your emotions? You know? And think about what questions then you might be able to ask. That when we come back to do a next live for mini reads, right? That you've got something really, really good to ask that's going to actually help you, all right? I love you guys so much. To my 2 sisters from other misters, I will chat with you guys momentarily, as we always have a debrief for after these sessions. But I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for the likes, the comments, right? The support. Rach, I will see you tonight for Warzone, right? The rest of you guys, man, I fucking love you all. Right? I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Mwah. Bye for now.